How's it going, folks? This is Mark from Like Minded Lunatics coming at you with another music video matchup. Hope you've had a good weekend. Starting off a week here. I don't know when you're watching this, but this is Monday for me. Starting off a new week, and I thought, but what better way to start off a new week than by comparing two music videos of the same song. So today we're going to take a look at New Order's Blue Monday. Both videos for it. Now, I was actually surprised that there were two videos for this song because I remember one of them vividly as a kid. It came on MTV constantly, but I was shocked to find out that that was the second video for the song they had done. So this song, New Order's Blue Monday, came out originally in 1983. And the song, which, again, this is fascinating. I had no idea about this. It was written, and I'm just reading from their stupid wiki article. It was written on a prototype level homebrew step time sequencer and binary code. It was originally written in the key of D minor and contains a basic chord progression of D minor, F, C, D minor, G, C. The song has been labeled a synth pop classic and described as cementing the group's movement from post-punk to alternative dance music. And it has been noted as an example of the high NRG style of club music. The other thing that I found interesting that I did not know was the band claimed to have written this song in response to crowd disappointment at the fact that they never played encores. The song was planned to allow them to return to stage, press play on the synthesizer, and leave the stage again. But while writing the song, it evolved into a project that the band quite liked, and it was turned from an experiment into a single. So the song itself is very familiar to anybody who's a fan of 80s music. And the video for the 1987 version is probably the one most people are familiar with. That's the one I was familiar with. But again, it was not the first version. So a music video, again, this is from the wiki article, a music video for the shortened version of the song was created in 1983. Featuring military clips with false colors, simple computer-generated graphics such as color blocks, geometric lines, digitized video of band members at very low resolutions and frame rates, and a short appearance of the game Zaxxon, reportedly from the Apple II port of the game. The color blocks were created by using Peter Seville's color-coded alphabet. I found that fascinating. I had no idea they did this. The other thing I found funny was that the original version of this song was shipped to people on 5 1/4 floppy disks. How amazing is that? Now, for me, a guy who started programming in, when was it, Tank? Like 80, no, probably 92. So, started programming computers in 92. I had friends who were creating electronic music at the time, and they were using 8-bit music synthesizers on their 08088 and 0886 computers. So this just blew my mind. All right, so let's take a look at these two videos and just see which one comes out on top. Will it be the 1983 version of Blue Monday or the 1988 version? I don't know. And again, I've barely watched either one, or I've barely watched the 83 video, so this is going to be kind of a new experience for me as well. All right, let's start it off. Let's start it off with Blue Monday 1983 video. Wow. Again, the first thing I love, and I've always loved about this song, is you can hear that 8-bit music style. Again, I had friends who were creating music on computers way back then using MIDIs and stuff like that, and this is what it sounded like. Very Tron-esque, right? For those of you who like Tron. Wow! There's those military clips, apparently, that they were talking about, and I don't know what any of this means yet. I don't know if there is a meaning to this song. It's kind of like the Faith No More video that we watched. What a weird video. Now, those drums are just classic, right? All right, let's take a look at the 1988 version. Again, this is the version from the, what album was this? Oh my God, folks, Substance. It's from the Substance album in 1988 when they reissued it. Jesus, whole new sound. Wow. So it's still kind of abstract though, right? It's still kind of abstract, but in a wildly different way. So to me, this looks more 80s than this one does, which is odd because this is an 87 and this is all the way back in 1983. Huh. The hell? We got a milk crate? What the hell? Again, those drums are so iconic. All right, let's go back to 1983. And again, you can hear how rudimentary the sounds are just because they're computer sounds way back in 83, but I don't know, I find this version much more haunting and weird. Maybe it's because of that, I don't know. It certainly is more Cold War-y. I don't know how else to explain it. I remember as a kid looking at like magazine covers of Time and stuff like that when the arms race was really hyping up, when we had Reagan and Gorbachev, two belligerent, you know, like really just blowing up the Cold War, and it makes me feel Cold War-y here. Huh. Wow. Now we get our first line of the lyrics here at 1 minute and 11 in. Good God. I gotta say, I'm just shocked by this 1983 version. It's way more political than I ever would have imagined for this song. You know, this song to me is like, I mean, it's a classic 80s song. It's been redone over and over again. It was in films like Atomic Blonde. Anytime there's a film they want to do a throwback to the 1980s, they pull this song out of storage. But I had no idea it was this political. Huh. Let's go back over here to the 1988 version. The lyrics are much more prominent, aren't they? Huh. God, why are baby dolls so damn creepy? They're like clowns. They're supposed to be fun. They're supposed to bring joy. But this shit is always creepy to me. Little tiny baby dolls. I don't know if it's because of Chucky. You think that's it? It's because I watched Chucky too young as a child? Maybe so. I don't know. That dog is cute though, right? That Weimaraner. I'm a big sucker for a dog in a video, and this has got a really beautiful, beautiful dog. How the hell? Let's see if I can... Oh, look at that dog. That's a Weimaraner, isn't it? Or maybe a Vizsla? I'm not sure. How did they... What the hell? I have trouble enough getting my dogs to sit for their food, much less doing acrobatics like this. That's not parkour, that's barcore, just so you know. Okay, let's go back over here to this one. I've seen this one before. If you were a fan of MTV in the 80s, especially like the late 80s going into the 90s, you saw this video constantly. Never seen this one. Oh, wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So for those of you who have never had the experience of dealing with an old computer, how it would render graphics, it would always render it from the top of the screen down and draw the pixels all the way down. And with older computers, you could actually see that process happening. Those of us who remember downloading things off of BBSs, you remember you'd download an image and you'd see the top part and it would slowly come down. You're like, oh, this is going to be a good image? Is it going to be? Is it going to be? Yes, it's a good image. It's exactly what happens here. That is badass. Oh, wow, look at that, too. We've got that... I get these are hands, right? These are hands rendered in... I don't know what type of graphic program that is, but rendered in graphics, heavily pixelated, and not stylistically, right? So now we have pixelization. It's stylistic. It's a choice you choose on a filter. That's just how it was rendered back then. We've got hands rendered, and then there's a face imposed in the background here. It's very weird. Good Lord. What an interesting video, right? I always love this line too. Those who came before me lived through their vocation. Oh my gosh. Way no more. That is badass. They're rendering an animated scene, and it looks like maybe 6 frames. That's all you have of rendering. Huh. Wow. Isn't that a great line too? I'm quite sure that you'll tell me how I should feel today. Wow. That's a great line, man. Don't you feel like that sometimes? So this one to me is someone who teaches on a university. This seems to me like a freshman art project to me. I can imagine having to sit through a presentation, having to grade a presentation where the student's showing me this. That's what this looks like. I love this dog. I am in love with this dog. I think I'm going to call this dog Blue. That would be his name for me. Blue. Come on, Blue. Get up on that desk, Blue. There you go. Good boy, Blue. Good. What the hell? Blue is getting after it. Look at him. Is this what you wanted? You wanted me to stand on these little balls? I'll stand here on these little balls, but I better get a snossage after this. There better be some snossages in play. I hit that son of a bitch right in the head with that ball. Take it! Take it and like it! Oh, Blue just wants to play with the ball. He doesn't give a shit about the camera. Oh, there's a tennis ball. Are we shooting? Is the camera on? Yeah, it's on! Oh, see, I hate seeing scenes like that because you know someone's holding the dog's upper leg and shaking his arm like that. Don't do that to your dogs. Either teach them to do the tricks or don't teach them to do the tricks, but don't hold them where your hold is outside of the frame and make it look like they're doing shit they're not doing. See, that's sad. Somebody's holding his leg. I don't care for that part. God, that's weird. Fucking weird baby doll. Video directors, stop putting baby dolls and stuff. Oh, do you see that screen tearing? Watch this. So watch in the middle of this screen. You can see the screen tear because it's trying to render faster than the computer can handle. Not there. Right there. Ah, it's badass. That looks like that old E.T. game. Anybody? That looks like the caves in the old E.T. game. I got that for Christmas. 1982. That game was shit. It's renowned for being shit, and it deserves every amount of scorn that it's thrown its way, because this looks like what I was trapped into every goddamn time I tried to move E.T. He would fall down this hole for no apparent reason. Well, there's Zaxxon. What a great game. I used to play that at the skating rink. Yeah, do it! Oh, that looks like the Blackbird, doesn't it? That's a real plane, though. But, I mean, I'm talking about from the X-Men. Whoa. Again, I see a ship in the harbor. Now we see a warship. Again, this is way more political than I ever would have imagined. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good set of graphics for 1983. That's better than the Nintendo 8-bit was able to do. You know what else this reminds me of? This reminds me of that movie, Daryl. Anybody remember that movie, Daryl? About a young boy who's actually an android. I guess is what he would be as an android. Not a robot, he was an android. And he escapes, and he achieves sentience, becomes self-aware. And at the end of it, he steals the Blackbird. It reminds me of that film. That was a great 80s film. You should go see that. Go see it. Nobody can go anywhere, Mark. Download it. Holy shit! Now we have what appears to be nuclear war happening? And then people taking pictures of it as the lyric, "Now I stand here waiting," is sung. Radars. Is that a black hole? Is that what that is? I am blown away by this video. And what a great line. How does it feel when your heart grows cold? What a weird line that is. How does it feel when your heart grows cold? So, for those of you who are interested in the electronic portion of it, back in like '82, I think we were programming in Pascal, trying to get it to do graphics, which was fucking almost impossible in Pascal. So we started moving to C, and just trying to get stuff, just trying to create things like this, you guys, back then was fucking impossible. God, it was hard. You were almost coding in like binary or in assembly code to do it. Look at that. That is very hard to do in 1983. Thousands of lines of code. Wow. That is awesome. I had one of my programming friends back then. He programmed at his computer. He had a monochromatic monitor, and I don't know if you know that, but some of these older monochromatic monitors emitted very small elements of radiation from them. And Jeff would get drunk when he was programming. And if you're a programmer, you gotta have some type of device because you're sitting in front of the stupid computer for hours on end, especially back then. Jeff would get so drunk while he was programming that he would pass out, and his monitor's right here, and he would pass out with his head directly on that monochromatic monitor, and he had a bald strip on his head. It was not male pattern baldness. It was because he slept with his head on that stupid monitor for so long. I don't know why I just told you that. It has nothing to do with the videos. Nuclear war again. Oh my God. Jesus. This video is disturbing to me. I don't know about you. Disturbing. Wow. All right, let's finish up over here with this version. There's Blue. I'm loving Blue. Holy shit, they were doing kinetic topography back in 1987. Your misfortune. Is the camera on? We're rolling! Oh, Blue. What a good boy. He better have gotten some treats after all this. Speed reading. That's how Johnny Five would read. You remember that? Johnny Five, more input. And he, more input. Oh, Blue. Look at those pretty eyes. How did they get Blue to do that? Enough with the baby. Let's just have vision or images of just Blue. Oh, he got it! Good boy, Blue. Catch, Blue, catch, catch! Oh, good boy. Ah, you stupid bastard. The dog is better than you. Are we rolling? Again, the camera is on. I feel like that synth right there, that big, and I should have asked Ricky about this. We have a musical person on our staff. Ricky would know all these answers. But that big sound there, I feel is kind of emblematic of the 80s, right? That, however they just kind of expanded the sound there. That, it sounds like 1980s. Like if you just played me that and you're like, what time period are we in? 1980s. Oh, there's Blue. They rendered Blue. They drew him. But he's not Blue. Why do they draw him brown? His name's not Brown, it's Blue. Yeah, hit him in the head again. He hasn't been paying attention the entire video shoot. Take it! Oh! He was actually balancing on those chairs. What a good boy. Good old Blue. You're my boy, Blue. And they're flipping through the book like they're Johnny Five. We got Blue balancing on that tennis ball. What a good boy. Oh, wow. So, damn, those were two really good videos, right? I was just blown away by this one. I don't know what to say about this one. Again, it feels way more political than I ever would have imagined for this song. I don't really know what the song is about. I don't even know if the guys from New Order know what it's about. But I never would have guessed this. Here's my takeaway. I feel like that if you asked an art designer, what were the 80s like? They would give you stuff like this. Those pastel drawn things and, you know, kind of the silly, just the kind of the silliness, the irreverence there. This is how I actually remember the 80s, though. That whole Cold War threat, everything, like every magazine had nuclear war stuff on it. And then the emergence of home computers. I think we got our first one in like the mid-80s. My dad was an accountant, so we had an 8086 that he used for accounting stuff. And this actually reminds me of the 80s. And this looks like somebody trying to create an 80s. Wow. But for sure, with this one, I mean, I got to go with, I don't know. I like the videos of both, but this one had Blue. And I think that we can't ignore Blue. What a good boy Blue was. He did some really cool parkour in here. But this one was mind-blowing, just for its computer graphics. And then the sound itself. Again, they sold this on a 5 1/4 floppy disk. And those were the real floppy disks, people. They were this size. and I threw all mine away years ago, but they were this size and they really were floppy. You could flop them, unlike the 3.5-inch floppy disks. So I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with the 1983 version just because of how mind blowing it was. But for sure, this one's pretty awesome. Now I know that some of you probably know this, but this song has been covered so many times. It's a super popular song to cover. And I gotta say, I love Orgy's version of this. Let's just watch a very quick clip of it. Oh, the drums are so much deeper. And the synth comes right at you. Boom, 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 boom. I love the drums in it. And when they come to the bump, bump, bump in just a second, it's pretty badass. Images in this one are good too, right? Wow! All right, we won't watch the whole thing on that one. I just really like it. All right, folks, well, I hope this was fun for you. I hope this is a good way to start off the week. We had a little case of the Mondays here. Case of the Mondays, and the Mondays won. Monday won today. So, anyway, I hope you have a good week. Hope this was entertaining for you. We're almost up to that 100 sub mark. So if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Please leave me some comments. I love talking about some of these videos. And I'm sorry that part of my shirt is chroma keying out. Look at that. I've got a chroma key on my shirt. But I've been wanting to wear this Tokyo shirt for a long time. I love it. It's from the Robot Bar. If you've never been, Google it. It's the most insane thing you will ever see in your life. Robot Cafe Bar in Shinjuku. All right, folks. Like the videos. Make sure to subscribe. Leave me some comments. And take care of yourselves.